G'day, my name's Darryl Webb. Today we're going to have a look at a Tomshoo ultralight titanium stick or twig stove, whatever you want to call it. But we're actually going to do something different. I haven't used this is brand new, or paid for it myself, but today I'm actually going to try cooking some bacon and eggs on the dreaded little titanium fry pan on top of this. Anyway, let's see how it goes and let's get into it. Right, start off, put it together and show you what it is. So it's pretty much just a tiny little pot holder is really all it is. 4 sides, a base and a couple little crossbars on top. It's all sort of in pressed titanium. It's very light. The whole thing only weighs I think about 215 grams. So sides sort of just notched together. Little cutouts, sort of just knock them all together. Quite stiff to put together, it's brand new. I imagine it will probably loosen up a little bit. So I've sort of got the 3 sides in. That could make a windshield too if you're cooking other stuff, but I'll try to do this so you can sort of see what I'm doing, but it probably makes me a bit slower at it. And this seems to be the hard part, sort of putting the third one in, just sort of give it a bit of a twist. That's sort of it. And then there's a couple of little crossbars. They've just got sort of notches in them so they can lock together. I'm guessing that's just for if you're putting a small pot on it or a cup. But I guess you could do that. I probably have no drama sitting my little titanium cup on there. You can boil water or whatever in it. Anyway, that's sort of it. Nothing too flash. It's just a little pressed sheet metal twig stove. It clips together good, but it is nice. It's light and it's good that it folds down flat, so you can sort of stick it in your pack and you don't really even know it's there. Anyway, I'm trying to find a spot where that's in picture. I guess right about there is going to do. Clear a little bit of stuff off. It's not really level, but I might be pushing it to the ground a bit. Yes, I can. I'll come in for a closer look when we actually light it up and see how it goes. Actually, I'll do that now. Let's go for a closer view. I'll make life easy for myself, and I'll try some little fuel tablet as a fire lighter. And I want a cigarette lighter out of here. Got one in here somewhere. Gonna go. Yep. Try and get these little sticks in without snuffing that out. Now while this is lighting, or trying to light, I'll sort of explain to you what's my reasoning behind these. What my thoughts of why I'd try one. I've got, as I said, a thin titanium pan, and it's it cooks quite good over things like a coal bed. You just have to watch what you need a very broad sauce. These little fuel tabs actually, it cooks alright with them, but sometimes you just don't want to have a big fire and rake out a heap of coals. You want something smaller and easier. And if you're going to be cooking a few things, you want something that sort of goes for a fair while. So I thought one of these little twig stoves might be worth a try. Now I could be completely wrong because it might not cook very well on there. But I'll just give this guy a bit of a burn off and let it sort of burn down to a more gentle coal bed with maybe just a little lick of flame, not too much. And then I can try the fry pan on it and see if that's actually going to work. Because all these things in idea sometimes are, all these things sometimes that work in your head, but in the real world it might not go anywhere near what I need it to do. Anyway, I'll find out. Okay, still going a bit hard at the moment, but I did realise, I remembered my bacon, my cheese, but I didn't remember any eggs. So I guess it's going to be a bacon and cheese sandwich. That's alright, but so this is the dreaded little fry pan. It's actually seasoned. The titanium actually seasons up reasonably well, although I use it as a plate as well, so the seasoning gets knocked around a fair bit, so it's probably due for another season. But anyway, but as you can sort of see there, the flames have died down a bit. There's a bit of coals on the bottom. I've got a couple of fatter sticks in there, so there's not a heaps of amount of heat there, but I'll get him on. I'll get a bit of oil in there, get him hot. Just a little bit of olive oil. Shouldn't need too much, but just bacon. Keep the salt and pepper out, I'll need that. And I guess I'll need some tongs. Now imagine these little twig stoves, you probably have to keep a fair eye on them because they burn down pretty quick, as you can see. So we'll see how this all works. I'll probably better off just keeping a few little fatter ones to try and keep it smouldering a bit. The problem is that titanium pans are absolutely so light that they scorch your food really easy. So you don't want too much heat. So let's see how this goes. Let's see what happens. See if it works. A couple of little twigs to get a flame happening. There we go. And we have a sizzle. Now, I sort of was hoping the idea of these bigger cutouts on the sides and the tops of the stove might let a bit of heat vent out around it. This is an 8-inch pan. I think across the top it's about 4 inches, so you've got a sort of couple of inches of overhang on each corner. I'm hoping, in theory, that a bit of heat rolls out of there and just cooks without scorching it. So we'll find out. Guess I can get a bit of bread out. A couple of bits of bread out. Like that. Let's put more in the shop. So far so good. Scorching. Doing well so far. Probably getting a bit more flame than what I need, but it's always hard to play around with such a finicky small fire. It's going to go too hot and then too cold, too hot and too cold. But I imagine if I was camping normal and had a bigger fire going, I could probably steal some coals out of it and lay in the bottom. And just use it as a pot stand. I might not even have to put the bottom in it, just something to hold it up off the coals. It cooks a lot better if you elevate this pan off the coals, I found in the past. Some cheese on there. Alright, we're back to flameless. That's alright, we've got coals but chuck another couple more bits in. And maybe another leaf. That seems to make it go up alright. Everything's nice and dry at the moment, so you have to watch what you're doing. Oh, definitely not sticking. This pan is atrocious for making scorching food and sticky. Although I have found with its seasons, it sort of makes it a non-stick pan. The only thing it doesn't do is titanium still doesn't conduct the heat very well, so you still got to have that broad heat source. I'm going to guess they're probably ready to turn. Yes, they're ready to turn. Yeah, still got to be careful not to let it get too much flame. See, when it's down like that, it's pretty good, but much higher than that, you'll scorch the food, I think. I think it's going to do the job. I'm hoping it does. Eggs are a better test for the non-stick part, but I said I know the pan does become non-stick by seasoning it, which it is. You know, it's probably due to be seasoned again. I said the seasoning's a bit scratched up, but again, a couple more little sticks. Another leaf to get it happening. It is actually still cooking just over the coals, so if you're doing the eggs, that's probably how I would do the eggs. Well, it's just coals. Okay, between me and you, I think they're done. Should have done them alright. They're not too scorched, not sticky, which is pretty as good as you're going to get it out of one of these titanium pans. Nice and light, but they are bloody hard to cook in. Yeah, that's about exactly how I expected it to look. It's still just the seasoning. Oh, that was pretty quick and easy. I'll put a bit of salt and pepper. Chuck some lids on them. What a dupper. Not remembering to bring the eggs. Oh. Luckily enough, the bacon's pretty good by itself anyway. Right, let's bring it back up to the top. Alrighty. Bacon and cheese sandwiches. I'm pretty impressed with how that worked. Makes the bottom of your cookware nice and dirty, but that's a good thing about the titanium can handle the heat of a fire. I think if you were going to be cooking a few things, if I was just cooking for just myself, I could probably still just use the little S-bit stove I normally use. That sort of does a pretty similar job. There's only sort of one cook up, one fuel tab I'd cook that bacon. But if I got other people with me, my kids or whatever, we're going to have to cook a couple of loads, so then I'd probably just take the twig stove as well. How hard is this thing to get the ash out of? That's nearly cold. Well, that's a pretty efficient burn. How long has it been? I pretty much made those sandwiches and I was pretty hungry, so I don't think it was even 5 minutes. Anyway, obviously it gets a bit dirty. Probably wouldn't hurt to have some gloves in your bag or something if you're going to use this lots. See how dirty I'll get out of it. Ooh, hard part's getting apart, I guess. Oh, take those out first. That one, that one. It's a nice rainbow colour on titanium when it gets hot. Yeah, it's pretty stiffly locked together. I imagine oh, I pulled that the right way. Damn, that's really stuck together. I imagine as it gets put together and pulled apart more often, it'll probably get looser. Yeah, not that bad actually. I thought it was going to be worse. Right. It was in there. It fell down and disappeared in there, I couldn't see it. I think that's one of the reasons why you want it to be in a nice little case so you don't get all the other stuff in your pack dirty, covered in black rubbish, soot all over it. Well, put all this away, and yeah. Okay, well, obviously since this is my first time using it, I can't sort of do any pros and cons. I can sort of tell you who I think it's worth having it. That's probably about it. It's lightweight because it's titanium, but it's a fair bit of titanium, so it's going to make it expensive. Well, expensive for what it is. I think I got that one, it was about $42 or something like that on eBay, delivered, so not terrible, but that's because I went for the titanium one. You can also get these things in stainless steel, and if you're not worried about the weight, they're still pretty light even in stainless steel. It's just handy because they fold down so small. Because I do things out of a backpack, I went for the titanium one. But if you're doing things out of full drives or boats or something like that, or you're not backpacking very far, then you can just get the stainless steel one and sort of save yourself. Probably nearly cut that price in half. Anyway, I'll put some links in the description to where I got it from on eBay, and I'll try and find the stainless steel version of it or something that's very similar, and I'll put the link there for that as well. As always, if you want to buy it, buy it. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's something I bought with my own money, and I just thought I'd see how it was and make a video out of it. Anyway, on that note, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like videos about fishing and camping and backpacking, then and gear reviews, obviously, a fair few of them now, then hit the subscribe button. Anyway, bye for now.